Y'all really treated me like I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. I'm not. I mean, I understand. I got a DUI and I ended up catching another.
Criminal court. Did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops?
No, I didn't think that. I'm just, it's just, so y'all treated me like if I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not.
How did we treat you that you're constantly in trouble? Tell me.
It's a conversation.
No, but Nathan, I want him. How did we treat you in what way? And on the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
So for the pleading time served on the DWI, 13 months deferred on the assault conditions.
Okay. This is how you understand this agreement.
I'm sorry.
You have two agreements on both of your cases. On the DWI, they've offered you 3 days in jail, credit for the 5 days that you've done. But you need to understand that that charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So this time served, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Anytime you get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record. They're going to see this. What do you think they're going to do if you smell like alcohol or dope? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car because it is a humongous risk. As far as the assault of a family member is concerned, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You must understand, though, that this comes with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, even if you successfully complete the deferred, you will be looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as well. You will be signing this other piece of paper here, which is a written admonition that you are ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. What you need to understand, it's firearm is a very loose term. So you need to understand, if you don't understand what a firearm is or what a weapon is, you need to talk to a lawyer because that's one of the conditions. Do you understand? When you pick up criminal cases, there are a lot of collateral consequences, as you now see. It can impact you in ways that you never, ever see. That's why you need to strive to never pick up any kind of cases. And when you pick up multiple successive cases, it kills you. And now you're ending up with these things, with both of these. Anytime you come into a contact with an officer and they look at your record, you think that you'll get the benefit of the doubt. Be careful. All I'm going to tell you is be careful. Now, part of the agreement on the deferred, you need to also understand you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. If you fail to live up to the terms of this agreement, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, and now you're looking at an entire year that you authorize to put you in custody if you violate this. You understand? For you to complete this successfully, you have to do a Batters Intervention Prevention Program, what's called a BIP class. This is a 15-week, I'm sorry, is it 8? It's 18, right? 18-week class that you have to go to one time a week for 8. You don't have to do this. You can set your cases for trial if you don't want to do this. If you have that kind of attitude and you go into it.
Attitude, Judge, is just, I mean, I understand, I messed up. I messed up. It's no one's fault but mine. I understand that, but y'all really treated me like I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. I'm not. I mean, I understand. I got a DUI and I ended up catching another.
Criminal court. Did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops?
No, I didn't think that. I'm just, it's just.
And here's the thing, though, Mr. Fires, what you need to understand is if you think it was bad here, that's what you're saying to me now. If you think it's bad now, wait till you get out there in the free world with even more conviction on your record. Life will only get more difficult with the more convictions that you get.
I hadn't been getting in trouble for the past year. I got that DUI in 2020. I have not been in trouble for it since then. So y'all treated me like if I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not.
How did we treat you that you're constantly in trouble? Tell me.
It's a conversation.
No, but Nathan, I want him. How did we treat you in what way?
I mean, I'm not telling y'all treating me in any way. It's just like the way you talk to me. I have like I'm just a hardened criminal. All I did was I was young. I made a mistake. I was 20. I made a mistake. I was drinking. It was just a mistake.
Please do not admit to committing the offenses. They actually haven't been found guilty yet.
You mean how I'm talking to you right now?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you what to expect.
And I understand that,
and
but
I'm telling you how it's going to affect you.
And I understand that.
And I'm telling you that you can't own a gun
That's fine. No problem.
You can't own any ammunition.
That is fine. No problem whatsoever.
If you pick up another assault like this, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary.
See, but I didn't assault nobody. But
You're
I
pleading
understand.
guilty to assaulting.
But I understand.
You're
I'm not going to take your agreement. If you're telling me you're not guilty, then we're not going to do it.
That's how this works. You're pleading guilty and admitting that you committed a crime.
Okay.
If you stand up here and say you didn't commit a crime,
I don't
then
know.
you're not pleading
This
guilty.
isn't like, I don't, it's not a game. And I'm not going to let you
Understand that.
plead guilty if you're not guilty. If you're not guilty, then let's try it. I'm not taking your plea of guilty if you're not guilty. That's it. You know,
At this point, I politely request that we reset this case, short distance, have the client's appearance be required.
well, hold on a second. How old is the case? I mean, the case is from 20, it's 510 days old. No, we set the case for trial today. That's it. And I'm not here to play games. If you're either guilty or you're not guilty, but we don't plead people guilty when they're not guilty. That's not a game that we play here. And understand, the way I talk to you now is in hopes that you don't pick anything up in the future, because
I have it.
you know how many times I hear that?
I'm pretty sure you hear it on an everyday basis. I'm
Every
sure you do.
thing.
But I am one of those persons that means it when he says it.
I'm going to hit the pause button.
You pick up a case in 2020, and now you pick up a case in 2023.
I'm going to hit the pause button here. What you're getting upset about is actually the language that the judge is required to say. He's not admonishing you about anything special about your case. He doesn't care anything about you. But what you're pleading guilty to carries with it these consequences.
I understand.
If you plead guilty to an assault family violence, there's an affirmative finding of family violence, as explained to you. A second offense is automatically a third-degree felony. Third-degree felony punishment range is 2 to 10. If it's a strangulation, it's now 2 to 20 because it's a second-degree felony. This is automatic, has nothing to do with you, only has to do with what you're pleading guilty to. The DWI is similar in concept. If you plead guilty to DWI today and get convicted, which is what you're planning on doing, the second one is automatically a Class A misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of a year in county or a $4,000 fine. That has nothing to do with the facts of your case and your level of guilt. It's just the fact that you are pleading guilty. At the same time, I don't like this conversation. We're walking away, and we're going to have a later court date. So you go over here.
So if you want to continue on the DWI and tee up the assault, we can do that as well.
No, Judge. With him, we're not doing any pleas. At your request, we'll set the case for trial. I'd ask for 30 days. I'll have a conversation with him. And if he wants to do the plea, we can do the plea. And he will come up here with the proper understanding.
It's not a big deal, but we either set it today or we.
I'll just set it today because it'll be long enough so we can have a conversation.
Right. Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, officers were patrolling the area of the 13,500th block of Beechnut Street, Harris County, Texas. And they observed a white Hyundai Kona with an aluminum pole stuck to its hood due to a recent crash. A traffic stop.
What?
A aluminum pole stuck to its hood.
An aluminum pole stuck to the hood of a car.
Yes, Judge.
That's the basis for the stop.
Yes.
Okay.
This is word for word what when I observed a white Hyundai Kona with aluminum pole stuck to its hood, comma, recent crash. I then got behind the vehicle and yeah, finished. Yep.
Yeah, keep going, please.
Okay. I went back and got behind the vehicle. The officer started speaking with the defendant, who admitted to being driving and that he had crashed. The defendant told me that someone swerved into his lane and crashed into the pole. The defendant stated that he already called his record and that he was good to go. The defendant did not show any intentions of going back to the original scene and gave his information. While the officer was talking with the defendant, a security officer told the client that some people flagged him down the street, saying that the defendant crashed into multiple parked vehicles and drove off. The officer detained the defendant and went back to the original scene, which was a quarter mile from where the officer found the defendant.
Now that adds to it. I mean, that's certainly.
The officer spoke with a witness who stated that he was by the front of the apartments when he saw the white vehicle losing control, crash into a pole, and kept on driving while hitting another two vehicles. The witness stated that he was going around 60 to 70 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour speed limit zone. This confirmed how the aluminum light pole got stuck to his hood. The witness stated that he did not see anybody else around the vehicle before the incident. The officer spoke with one of the owners of the vehicles that was struck, and she stated that it will be around $200 to fix her vehicle and wants to pursue charges. The complainant of the other pickup vehicle had damages to the back right part of that vehicle, and the complainant stated that the defendant crashed into her vehicle and left without providing information. The defendant left the scene without, okay. At this point, they called intake, and then they completed an inventory search of the defendant's vehicle and located a black backpack with 7.4 grams of marijuana, multiple clear plastic bags, and scale.
Was he under arrest? I mean, if he's
Yeah,
under
so
arrest,
they
then,
called,
but I didn't hear that he's under arrest or anything. They just up and go start searching?
they did say that the officer called DA intake and spoke with an EDA who accepted charges of the FSGI. And then it states there was an inventory search conducted.
Okay, so they did arrest him but what happened? Because is there an FSGI charge?
We're gonna be honest, Your Honor, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I'm working on it right now. If there's FSGI, right now I'm working on complainants. Get things worked out that way.
I mean, I don't
Right now, we do
understand.
not have an FSGI charge at this very second.
Did they accept it or ddid they not accept?
Based on the Jim statement, it says that we accept the charges. So I am trying to see why there's not a charge, but it's not something that I know.
What a weird day so far.
Your Honor,
Can I say something? Your Honor?
No, don't. Now's not the time. I'm gonna give you a lawyer and you can tell your side of the lawyer, but
I think there's a glitch in our internet system, so they can find their law, but they just wherever yeah, that's check.
is it going to go through? Do you know?
I need to look into our system, our insurance, and figure out why it didn't. If portions of worse, we can make it grand jury. But
So I'll give you, I guess, let's do this. I'm gonna appoint him a lawyer today and I'm gonna find probable cause for the moment, but I want to revisit it within the next couple of days to see what is going on. And then, all right, so I am gonna find probable cause for now, Mr. Reynolds. Can you look to see if he has a license, please?
Yes,
Run his
Judge.
license. How old are you, Mr. Reynolds?
I'm 26, sir.
His driver's license is not eligible, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. I don't care if you need this, that. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. No, I will give you a lawyer today. You can say your side of the lawyer, but if you don't have a license and car insurance, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That is a condition of your bond. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and no more PR bonds for you. So what I can have you do is I'm going to have Deputy Miranda give you an application. I'm going to have you fill it out. I'll have you talk to a lawyer today. But I guess let's do that. I'll have you talk to the lawyer and then we can revisit the situation after you talk to the lawyer. Please.
Thank you, sir.